for joining here with Claudia. Want to introduce what we're going to be doing here on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. Today we're going to learn more about her background, how she got involved with Kodiak, a lot more about the path. But going forward, want to talk a lot about the company, the industry, and of course, any questions that people have. So if you're watching, you've got either something you want to see in a future video or you've got a question, please drop it below and we'll definitely go over it. But Claudia, first things first, how are you?
Good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Ontario finally unlocking. So knock on wood. It's the last time we unlock, but things are good. Obviously looking forward to a good summer, but here kind of diving into it, like to usually start like a early career, hey, woman in mining, woman CEO of a mining company, but would love to kind of hear, give me some of your background and kind of, we'll go from there.
Mhm. Well, I'm trained as an engineer, mechanical engineer, back in Germany where I grew up, and later did an MBA. And really, the MBA sort of drove more what I did professionally than the engineer did. I worked for some time in the automotive industry, and then more than 20 years ago now, came into the resources industry, a little bit by coincidence, really. Sometimes just where life takes you. I joined Rio Tinto and stayed for almost 10 years with them, worked in a variety of different roles as a general manager at the end, mostly in sort of commercial, financial type roles, business evaluation, business development, M&A, those types of things. And then moved 10 years ago, 11 years ago with my family to Vancouver and made the switch into the junior sector. And I worked for Sandstone Gold for a while, a streaming company, financing junior mining companies, and then set out to find my own opportunities in the junior sector and ended up joining forces with Chris Taylor and Kodiak.
Yeah, no, awesome. And obviously we'll talk about a lot of these interesting ones, the difference between a major and a junior. Maybe in another video will be some cool stuff we can talk about now. So walk me through hey, you're the CEO. Now tell me how you find out about Kodiak. We were just before I hit record, you said you started as an investor. I would love to kind of hear the journey. What made you pick it, first of all, and then we'll kind of go through there.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting story, actually. Chris Taylor, Kodiak's founder, he, in late 2014, approached my husband, who is a broker, about raising funds for Kodiak. At the time, it was called Dunedin Ventures. And my husband asked me, because I'm obviously in mining, showed me the project and said, hey, what do you think about this? And I said, well, I like it, actually. So we ended up investing. And I also ended up working with Chris as a consultant, helping him from time to time. And then in 2016, 2 years later, or 1.5 years later, I joined the board of the company. And then another year later, joined the executive team as a president. And we had, Chris and I, a year or so of a handover phase still, where he was CEO, I was president. And then eventually I took on the president and CEO role. And Chris is now the chairman. And that's where we got to.
Yeah, holy, that's so funny. For anyone watching, you can start as an investor and become the CEO. It's possible. Walk me through it. So, curious, what what did you want to become the CEO? Is it kind of like you saw where the company was going, you just kept thinking you could add more value? Like, walk me through why the transition from number one, board to CEO, investor to board. Give me the kind of overview if you can.
Well, at the end of the day, it's really about the team and the assets, of course. I looked at Chris, the Discovery Group, and just thought that's a good team to work with. And then I liked the asset. I mean, at the time, it was a diamond asset, and we then later changed strategies to copper. But I just believed in the asset, and even more so in the copper assets. And so that was really, it's the team and the people and the assets.
Yeah, no, awesome. Well, cool. Look, love the story so far. And kind of my last question for you. I know we're keeping this one short. But tell me what kind of your day to day, week to week looks like as the CEO now of Kodiak Copper.
It's a mix. It depends on the time. A lot of my time is spent obviously communicating with investors in various shapes or forms. I'm also at this time talking a lot and working with First Nations. At the moment, we're um, presenting and discussing with a number of the First Nations in the area of MPD, our main project, local stakeholders. So that's a big part of our work. Then there's obviously the technical side, which our VP Exploration, Jeff Ward, and VP Operations, Andy Berry, head up. So they're really the experts in that area. And yeah, so that's lots of other things
We're
as
wearing
well.
a lot of hats. It depends on the week. No, that's awesome. Obviously, you touched on the kind of the CEO of a public company having to run the public part of the company,
Yeah.
which is great. Obviously, a busy time as well. But thanks so much. Obviously, looking forward to doing a lot more of these cool videos. I want to invite anyone who has questions or cool little videos we can do. Please drop them below. Claudia, anything else you wanted to cover, either about yourself, or something else in this kind of intro video?
Not sure I want to cover that much of myself. Let's cover the project and the company.
Yeah, well, awesome. Well, hey, going forward, we're definitely going to talk about that. So thanks so much for joining and look forward to talking again soon.